Okay, we are live and good morning, everyone. It's Friday and we all need a break after this week. I think we've got a couple bills this morning that are ready for prime time. The first one we've been discussing for some time, as you know, S47. And we left it yesterday with, I had asked for Commissioner of Motor Vehicles she wanted to testify today, and I think she had some conversation yesterday afternoon. With that, we'll turn it over to probably who would like to lead, either Wanda or Anthea, where we leave, who wants to go first on this?
I would defer to Commissioner Manoli if she would like to go first, but I certainly could put up the updated language that has the changes that the DMV has requested, if that would
Yeah,
help.
why don't we do that so we know what we're dealing with? And
Liz, I actually do need sharing access. Sorry about that.
I think we're close to some sort of compromises, but I wanted to make sure that DMV was updated and could view their concerns.
Okay, so S47, the amendment is up on the screen. The only changes that you're going to be looking at today are in section 5. That's the language about how it's the intent of the General Assembly to look at these issues in the next session, and the process for proposals to be filed with the Department of Motor Vehicles. The first change you'll see on line 8. I had accidentally left out a motor, and our editors didn't catch it, but Commissioner Manoli did. So that's inserted on line 8, not a substantive change. And then we get to the 2 requests from the Department of Motor Vehicles, which have been incorporated in here. And I'll leave to the department to talk about why they think this is important, but they're pushing back the deadline for when proposals are submitted from November 1 to December 1 of 2021. Including in there that they are to be collected by the DMV through an email address that's posted on the DMV's website. And then same language is duplicated for the proposals related to the establishment of the direct shipper license. The deadline is also December 1, and it will also be submitted through an email address that is posted on the website for the Department of Motor Vehicles. And then in conjunction with the proposal deadline being pushed back from November 1 to December 1, I believe it was December 15th for the report to the General Assembly, collecting all of those proposals in one place. That is January 15th of 2022, as opposed to December 15th of 2021. And I'll leave this language up if Commissioner Manoli would like, or I can take down my share screen.
Commissioner, what would you like to do?
It's fine to take it down, Anthea. I have the same copy up on my other screen, so. Good morning, everyone. Yes, it is Friday, and the sun is shining, and I'm confident this conversation will be short. I really appreciate the opportunity yesterday to look at the language. I met with my team at DMV, and when we looked at Section B, we were struggling with the mechanism on how to do this. So with conversations with Senator Perchalek and with Anthea, I'm comfortable with what I believe is a very simple solution. And that is adding the language, which is the mechanism to get the information, because we were looking at how do we implement this. Our goal is to create a portal that will be on the DMV homepage. It will allow any persons and any of the businesses to submit their recommendations and suggestions. We will take a lead in collectively gathering this information and be in a position to present that back to you. And this is reasonable, and we can accommodate this. I asked for the extension of time because I think most of you know October and November are usually very challenging months for us because we're working on our budget and working on our budget adjustment. So having the report consistent with the December and the January deadline is also a preference.
Question, Senator Kitchell.
Yeah, I don't have a problem because we're not going to be back in session until January. So to have the information very shortly after we return, we wouldn't be dealing with it in December anyway. So giving more time for people to comment, as well as time to just put it together in a package. It seems like that would work. So it would give us the information early in the session so that we could have time to deliberate. And I guess the only thing it would do is, but we don't need to have a bill to start with. We could do a committee bill or something, but it seems like it's workable to get a bill drafted.
And Senator, I think
So
that's a-
Anthea, you could answer that. I mean, we're not operating against filing deadlines if because the problem is if we put forward something and it's a committee bill of one member, we can't do it that way. So we should have a sufficient time, I guess, is what I'm asking of you relative to our timelines.
Yeah, that's a really great question, because if you asked that question 2 years ago, the answer would be different, but you recently changed the Senate rules and committee bills are allowed in the second year of the biennium.
My point is, though, if we put forward a bill with these provisions and some member of the committee doesn't support it, then I don't think it can be a committee bill. Can it or not? Does a committee bill require every member of the committee to vote in support of it?
I do not think it does, but I can reach out to Secretary
Okay,
Bloomer.
that's really what I'm asking. Okay.
And it certainly could be something that I'll talk to Secretary Bloomer.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
With the, if I just can say, so the language allows the Department of Motor Vehicle to make a recommendation based on the information presented. I will say at this time, we're looking at the language to collect and don't have a position or a plan to take that information and turn it into a proposal for you all to consider. We're looking at at the point of data collection and consolidating that information and bringing those recommendations forward to the committee.
okay. Any questions, comments, anybody else? Wow, this is pretty easy.
Promise to make today easy for you.
I guess so. Senator Pertlick, you have anything to add?
No, I think it's good. And I appreciate DMV for looking at it quickly. I know we kind of sprung it on them last minute. They weren't aware when we first added, which wasn't not many days ago, that we added the DMV to the bill. But so I appreciate them looking at it quickly and finding language that can work so we can still pass the bill out.
Okay, with that in mind, I don't see any other questions. I don't see Senator Chittenden on the screen or anything from you, Senator.
No, sir.
You're all set. Okay. Does someone want to move the bill?
So moved.
Okay, Senator Pertlick has moved the S-47. Are there any other further discussions?
I'll second it, but the clerk is
I believe that's me, so.
Senator Chittenden. So, okay.
Is there discussion before I take the roll? Or?
Yeah, just as I'm looking around, I don't hear anything. Speak up if you have any concerns at this time. I see none, I hear none. Okay, I guess we're prepared for the vote.
Senator Mazza on S-47 as presented, how do you vote?
Yes,
Senator Kitchell,
Yes.
Senator Perchlik,
Aye.
Senator Ingalls?
Yes.
The clerk votes aye as well. The motion passes unanimously.
who would
Just
like? to
one
report it?
comment. Normally, the chair is given the luxury of voting last.
Yeah, yeah.
I apologize.
Who would like to, the honor of reporting it?
I think Andy.
Okay,
Unless somebody else wants to do it.
No, I'd like you to do it, Andy. So,
okay, so he is a reporter and it'll be turned in. Any other discussion at this time? I don't see any. We don't have anything until, I think, 10 a.m. We will take up electric bicycles. So unless there's something, yes, Senator Perchlik.
Just, I forgot the process for bills now in the Zoom. Is it does the reporter have a role in doing that now? Basically, somebody tell me what I need to do.
You need to report to Bloomer as well as the clerk has to report the committee vote. And that's what I did last time, but that's all I know.
Usually Liz sends an email that,
Right.
and with all the relevant parties, and you just confirm you're the reporter, and the draft is the one that we voted and what the vote was. So it's a confirmation that, but you should get an email that you'll just respond to saying to confirm you're the reporter and this is the vote of the committee.
Right, but I think the clerk also confirms that to Liz. At least that's how we did it in education.
Liz says she's sending an email alerting John Bloomer.
And is there a draft number on that we voted on, or do we do that when it's just an export, a numbered bill?
So this is draft number 4.1, but what I'm going to do is I'm now going to send the clean version to Liz, and then she can generate the email chain that is necessary on the parliamentarian side of things. And I did email Secretary Bloomer with your question, Senator Kitchell, and I'll report back when I hear from him.
Oh, okay, about a committee bill. All right, thank you.
Okay, unless I hear anything further, you're going to have a break until 10 o'clock. How's that?
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Sounds
Have a
good?
great weekend.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll